Hello, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make this beautiful dress. If you're new to the channel, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. So we're going to start with the bodice of our dress. We're just going to take our shoulder measurement divided by 2, our shoulder to chest line measurement, our shoulder to bust, shoulder to underbust, half length measurement, and our shoulder to hip measurement. So we're just going to then confirm our dress length. So after that, you're just going to go ahead to impute your body measurement, your bust divided by 4 plus 1 inch sewing allowance, my underbust divided by 4 plus 2 inches sewing allowance, 1 inch for that, my waist divided by 4 plus 2 inches allowance, my hip divided by 4 plus 1 inch allowance. Then I'm just going to go ahead to join my hip to my hemline. Okay, so now we're just going to take our shoulder measurement at our chest line, then we're going to join that point. That line is going to be our armhole line. So here I'm just joining my bodies, my points from my chest line to my waist to my hip. So I'm just marking those points there. Okay, so now I'm taking my shoulder slope 1 inch and I'm taking my neck width 3 inches and my neck depth I'm going to use 2 inches because I'm going to be adding a turtleneck to it. So I'm going to add another 1 inch to it. So here I'm just creating a curve like so. So now I'm just going to go ahead to create my armhole. So now I'm taking my armhole length divided by 2. I'm coming in by ½ inch and I'm just going to use my French curve to create my armhole curve. Okay, so now we are done. I'm just going to join my shoulder like so, and we're just going to go ahead to cut our pattern. We're done with our dress pattern. So at the neck I'm just adding ½ inch, and at the shoulder I'm adding ½ inch, and at my armhole I'm also going to add ½ inch sewing allowance while cutting my pattern. Okay, so now we are done with our front pattern. We're just going to go ahead to cut the back. So I'm just placing my front pattern on another fabric. This fabric is on fold to cut out my back pattern. I'm leaving 1 inch allowance at the other side. That would be my zipper allowance. So just go ahead and cut out your back pattern like so. So at the back I'm just going to take my neck depth as 1.5 inches. So that's what I did there. I'm just going to go ahead to cut my side like so. My armhole, your back armhole is longer than the front armhole, so just make sure that when you're cutting that part you're adding allowance for your back armhole. So now for my back I'm just going to take my tape, find my waist half length, which is 16 inches. I'm also going to find my hip length, which is 25 inches. I'm going to mark that part. At my half length I'm just going to go ahead to divide that my 1 inch by 2 because I'm coming in by half. So there I'm just going to take out that half all the way to my neckline, and I'm also going to go ahead to also cut that part out all the way to my hip line. So what I'm doing there is just trying to create a curve at the back at my zipper allowance, just to ease my zipper placing so it doesn't bulge out. Okay, so now we're just going to go ahead to cut our sleeve. Your sleeve, for my sleeve I'm dividing my round sleeve by 2, so I have 16 divided by 2, 8. So I'm coming down by 3 inches, and then I'm going to go ahead to find the midpoint of my 8 inches, which is 4, then come down by 1.5. Then I'm just going to create a curve like so, and then I'm also curve it to the other end. Now I'm going to go ahead to confirm the length of my sleeve, which is 24. I'm just going to mark that, and I'm going to go ahead to mark it at the other point, join those points together. So now my wrist is 8 inches, so I'm taking 4.5. Then I'm just going to go ahead to place my tape like so. You could use your ruler to just join that point all over, all the way to your armhole. You can go ahead to confirm your measurement. So I use this method a lot, so I already know that it's going to come out as my exact measurement. But you can go ahead to confirm yours just to be sure. So I'm cutting my sleeve right now. Then after doing this, I'm just going to go ahead to cut my second sleeve. Now we are done with our sleeve, so I'm just going to go ahead to cut out long strips of fabric for my placement at the down part of my dress. So here I have 20, and I'm dividing it into two, so that would be one would be 10 inches and the other one would be another 10 inches. The length of your fabric matters, so as long as your fabric can go, just go ahead. I'm going to go ahead to trim out the excesses on this other part of the fabric. Then after that, I'm just going to go ahead to show you what it looks like. Okay, so this is what we have. When you measure it, I'm going to have 5.5 inches, so I have 10 11 inches at the end of the day. So this is for my collar. So now we are going to just go ahead to sew our dress first. So for the dress, I totally forgot to mark my dart, so I'm just going to go ahead to mark my dart. My dart is my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 4. I'm just going to mark my points of my dart placement, my half length, which is 16, then my shoulder to bust point, which is 10, but I'm going to come down, so I'm going to mark my shoulder to bust point where my dart is going to start as 11 instead of 10, because I'm coming down by 1 inch. So that's what I'm doing here. So after that, you're just going to get to take 4 inches for your dart. For me, it's 4 inches because my nipple to nipple measurement 8 divided by 2 is 4. So here I'm also going to go ahead to come down from my dart. I'm going to take 21 inches, then I'm also going to mark 4 inches like so. So I'm going to go ahead to do the same thing to the other side of my fabric. I'm also going to go ahead to do the same thing to my back pattern. Then I'm going to go ahead to sew my dart. Okay, so I'm done sewing my dart. I'm just going to go ahead to join from my hip line all the way to the hem of my dress. My dress is a very short dress. I was managing this fabric, so depending on the length you're comfortable with, you can just go ahead to make your dress length that longer than mine. So yeah, so I'm just going to join from my hip line all the way down 1 inch. Then now I'm just going to go ahead to join the sides of my dress. You know how to join your dresses. Join the side of my dress, my front and my back pattern together. I'm going to go ahead to join my shoulder, and then I'm going to show you what next to do. Okay, so now I'm done with the dress. I'm just going to go to sew my sleeve. I'm sewing 1 inch in because for my sleeve I added 1 inch sewing allowance. So that's what I'm doing. Then after joining my sleeve, I'm just going to go ahead to fold the hem of my sleeve. After that, I'm just going to go ahead to place it at my dress armhole and then sew my sleeve to my dress. Okay, so I'm done with the sleeve. Our dress is almost ready. Let's go ahead to fix our zip. I'm fixing my zip first before placing my collar. So I'm done with my zip. I'm just going to go ahead to iron air stay on my collar, and then I'm going to go ahead to join one side of my collar. I'm just going to go ahead to stitch that side, and then I'm just going to pin it to my dress neck, and then I'm going to go ahead to sew all the way around my neckline. Okay, we are done. This is what my dress looks like right now. It's quite short, please, so you can make yours longer than this, but I like it. So now let's go ahead to create our detail at the hem of our dress. So first of all, I'm using a foam, like the regular foam. So I'm just going to go ahead. Remember that my fabric width is 11 inches, but here I'm just going to go ahead to cut out 6 inches for my foam because I want that extra allowance when I'm placing it in between my fabric. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just going to go ahead to cut 6 inches of this foam, like a lot, so that I'll have enough for the length of my fabric that I have. Okay, so I'm done. How you're going to do this is just open up your fabric and then place the foam at the center of your fabric. Then go ahead to fold it like so. I'm just going to use my pin to hold it down. Just fold it and pin it. Just watch what I'm doing. You're going to understand. Okay, so if you did it well, this is what you're going to have. So now I'm going to go ahead to take it to my sewing machine. I'm just going to sew that part that was pinned down. Remember, mine I'm mixing two fabric because my other fabric was not enough. You can just go ahead to use one particular fabric for your design, or if you love this mixed print, you can go ahead to mix it. So here I'm using this black plain fabric also. So just go ahead to sew all the way down according to the length of your fabric. I'm going to also do that to another piece because my fabric came in pieces. So yes, after doing that, I'm just going to go ahead to join both together, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like. Okay, so it actually looks very nice. Remember, this is the first time I'm doing this, so I was so excited that it came out right. So now here is where the work is. So you're just going to go ahead to pin it on your dress hem. pinning it and then creating the curve. Just watch what I'm doing. You're going to pin it. As you pin it down, you're creating the curve, that design that you want on your dress. So that's what I'm going to be doing right now. Okay, so this is what we have. If you did it right, this is what you're also going to get. So now the next work is to go ahead to stitch it down. You're going to hand stitch it. Yes, hand stitch. So this took me like forever, but it might not take you forever, so don't be afraid. So yes, you're just going to go ahead to take your time and stitch it down properly. So you're just going to follow the curve, the way that you pin your this detail on your dress. Just follow that curve and then hand stitch it all the way round till you're done. At this point, I was so tired of standing, so I decided to bring it out from the mannequin and I took it to my table and then I continued the stitching. So it's a lot of work, it takes a lot of patience, so you're just going to be patient with yourself and just keep going. Okay, so this is actually the last phase of this, so just go ahead to take your time and finish up. When you're done, just do other finishing on your dress. Maybe you're weaving or you would have weaved for now. So yes, this is what my dress looks like. Oh, I really love it so much. It really came out nice. It came out very beautiful. I'm going to repeat this design again because this was quite short and I don't really wear short dresses. So thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you. If you're yet to subscribe, please hit the subscribe button. Bye.